Hello, all my lovely starlights. I am going to wait for a couple people to hop on, and then we'll get started. Also, um, I see two people are watching. Hi, Rana. How are you, love? I do want to apologize in advance. I've hardly done longer lives, but I do not know how long this one will go because I was writing out like what to say and stuff, and it came out to be 15 pages. So I do apologize for the long ride that you're about to witness. So, um, hello everyone. How is everyone's evening? I hope they're doing well. Can everyone hear me okay? Because I do have my AirPods in and I don't want to be like muffled or something. I'm doing okay, Ronnie. Just kind of dealing with morning sickness and stuff, but other than that, I'm perfectly fine. All right, cool. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Like I said, I do apologize. This will be a little bit of a longer live. I put a crap ton of information in here, so I do apologize. So if I go too fast or you have a question, please just let me know, and I will answer it to my best capabilities. Um, so to start, I wanted to give some insight into what a sleep paralysis demon is, and a little on how they work. Um, and what different cultures may call them or how they interpreted them. Um, so, to start, across cultures, the strange sensation of a sleep paralysis demon has invoked some vivid descriptions. It first started in 1664 with a case in history of a woman with a sleep paralysis demon that was said the devil laid upon her and held her down. Um, in Japan, the sleep paralysis demons are called kaneshibari, and the term is rooted in Buddhism, where long ago it was believed that Buddhist monks could use magic to paralyze others. So I found that really cool, because when you think of a Buddhist monk, you don't really think of them as evil. You think of them kind of like down to earth and, really chill and stuff. So I did find that one really cool. Um, in Newfoundland, sleep paralysis demons have been called the old hag, and in China it was labeled as a ghost oppression. A new study reported that in Mexico, some people may say that the sleep paralysis demons feels like a dead body climbed on top of them and laid there. In Egypt, sleep paralysis demons are often thought to be called a jinn or a genie, and is a supernatural creature that terrorizes and sometimes kills its victims. In Italy, and if Gina ever watches this, I'm sure she'll definitely correct me on this one. In Italy, some interpret sleep paralysis demons as an assault by the soul called Panda Fasci. If Gina, if you're watching this, I apologize. Please correct me. So, I do not believe it's a jinn. Um, Jinns or genies in Egypt um, are often known as kind of like the demons of all demons, if that makes sense. Um, I've always known them as sleep paralysis demons, or I've known them for what Japan calls them, which is the kaneshibari, and that's what I've always believed in. But everybody can always interpret things differently. So that's why I wanted to add the different cultures um, of what they were called and how they interpreted them. Um, if I am going too fast, again, please tell me. But like I said, um, everywhere was different. Like, again, in Egypt, it was known as a jinn, but in um, other folklores, like the one I'll get to here in a bit, they were also related to incubuses and succubuses. Um, and those were thought to believed that those were, if you didn't give yourself to the succubus or incubus, that they would become the sleep paralysis demon and they would sit on you to punish you, if that makes sense. Um, so I hope that helps, Ronnie. Hi, Ellen. How are you, love? Um, so a panda feshi, I hope I'm saying that right. I please forgive me. um, was a figure described as a malevolent witch or a terrifying giant cat. In South Africa, and even in some parts of the indigenous culture, people believed the state to be caused by a segatelo, or black magic, involving menacing dwarf-like creatures called tokoloshi, and in Turkey, it is a karabasan. Yeah, I'm doing really good. Um, your reading earlier sent shivers down my spine, so it was kind of a message slap to the face, but I loved it. I was I was thinking a gin was something completely different, interesting. Yeah, a lot of them, um, especially in Hollywood, genies are often depicted as good. Um, they will grant you your wishes. They will grant you anything that you ask of them, but it always comes with a price. Which, in think of Aladdin, for instance. Um, Aladdin only had three wishes, which was his price for wishing. He only got three. Um, but for jinns, they're spelt a bit differently. Um, Jinns and genies, there are some good jinns, but most of them are bad. The jinns I am talking about have, I will actually look up a reference picture and I can show you guys um, kind of what I'm talking about. They're a bit more um, terrifying, if that makes sense. So I am going to flip you around. So often, jinns came across as something that you would see out of kind of like a horror movie or something like that. They were often depicted as demons that could grant you your wish, but also take your life in exchange. Versus the good jinns or the good genies, they would give you a price, but it wouldn't be something like taking your life or, sitting on you, making you paralyzed in your sleep or anything like that. I hope that makes sense. I think the jinn are like the fae. No. Um, Jinns are often, like I just showed you, they're nothing of the fae realm. Um, I have never, in any of my many years of working with the fae, um, even now, because I still have some lingering around my home because I worked with them for so long, um, I have never come across a jinn in the fae realm or anywhere near the fae. Um, because like I said, they're basically demons. Um, you have some bad fae, but not all of them um, are demons. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry then, Ronnie. Yes, you are completely right. They are definitely not to be trusted. I do apologize, love. I thought you were like, are they like the fae? And it slipped my mind. I am so sorry, love. Yes, Christy. They are known as, yeah, pretty much. um So, I'm sorry, I lost my place, ladies. Oh, okay. So in Turkey, the Karabasan is a mysterious spirit-like creature. Um, they don't really have a specific depiction of them. They're just spirit-like creatures. Um, in Scandinavian folklore, sleep paralysis was caused by a mare or a supernatural creature related to the incubi or succubi. The mare was a damned woman who was cursed and her body is carried mysteriously during sleep and without her noticing. But all of these things are what describe hundreds of years of many who believe to be a visitation by a malevolent creature which attacked its victims as they slept. Many also believe that the nightmare slash succubus or incubus was descended from Lilith, the queen of demons, but in almost every single folklore they were depicted as sitting or laying on their victims and always caused them to be unable to move or to breathe and only able to move their eyes, which could last upon hours to minutes and even some days. But it depended on how long the demon wanted to stay there with the person. Um, and that's all I have for them, um, folklore wise, and what they do and what they are. Um, it's okay, Ronette. I knew what you were saying, love. I hope that makes sense. Did I go too fast? I hope I didn't. If I went too fast, somebody please tell me. Does anybody have any questions so far before we move on? Okay, I don't see any questions, so I'll move ahead. Um, yes, exactly like that, Ronette. Yes, ma'am, I am, Christy. I was actually moving on to that right now. So it's funny that you bring that up. Um, so it's okay, Ronette. Hi, Gina. You're perfectly fine, love. I know you're gonna hate me for like the first part of the video because I said something in Italian like really badly. So I hope you go back and correct it. So I am going to go over at least a good maybe 20, maybe 25 different herbs, um, and what they can do, um, to help ward off these types of demons, or really any demons or any other evil, um, that may be associated with them. See, Gina got me. Thank you, Gina. So, amaranth is the first herb I have for you, lovely ladies. It is used for protection, but it takes a bit of work, and there are some conditions for using it correctly. You have to pull the entire plant under a full moon and wear it close to your skin or under a shirt for protection. It is one of the most powerful herbs against physical and psychic attacks when it comes to a jinn or paralysis demon. Next one, which you lovely ladies may have heard it before, um, Angelica. You can use it to protect your home from evil spirits, and you can sprinkle it in all four corners of your house to create a protective shield. It also dispels hostile magic when worn, and some sources stated it can bring good luck into your home. The root is the most important part. You can eat it, or you can put it in protective amulets or powders and use it as an incense. Or you can put it in your bath water to promote a good night's sleep. And of course, anise. In this case, you can use the seeds or oil, but it can be toxic, so please be careful. Anise is used to banish demons when used correctly, since it. Bleh, I am so sorry, ladies. Since it is toxic, you may want to make it in an amulet or use it in an oil as a perfume to ward them off. Any anointing oil, um, like Catholic, um, I'm so sorry, I'm not Catholic, so I may say this a bit weird or wonky. The little oils that the Catholic people carry around, um, like priests or something like that, you can mix it with equal parts of cinnamon, calamus, kaija, or cassia, and myrrh in olive oil, and it can protect your home when put on the doors. Asafoetida, it I will warn you right now, this stuff really stinks. Like, it is horrid, like really bad. But you can burn it to drive away demons and other nasty spirits, and it can also repel hostile magic or any demons sent to you. When you burn it, the smoke will clear all spirits and magic. If you use it on lucky items, those too will be neutralized. Be careful. Please be careful. This stuff can be overpowering. I am so sorry. It can be overpowering when it comes to the smell, especially if it's fresh. It really sucks. And you'll be like washing your hands like 30 to 40 times still trying to get the smell off. So please be careful. It is really powerful stuff. Um, Asphodel, I hope I'm saying that right. This plant sends a ghost on its way to the afterlife. It'll also help the ghost or demon find its portal on the other world of spirits where it should belong and where it should be. Of course, we all have this one in our home, which is basil. It is not the strongest protective herb, but it will keep minor demons when you sprinkle it on the floor. It'll keep them away. You can also take and make it into an oil and mix it with holy water to cleanse a room. Am I going too fast, ladies? I hope I'm not. If I'm going too fast, someone please tell me. Also, before I move on, all of these notes will be in Google Classroom on Jody's Google Classroom. So if you would like to see my notes, you can definitely go there and see. Christy says, hold up, can you spell that ghost return one? What do you mean, love? Like, are you talking about the herb that can, like, send ghosts and demons back? I'm gonna wait on her, but I'm gonna move on until her thing pops up. Beans, which I saw this one and I was like, what? But you can throw beans or split a single bean at a ghost or evil spirit to drive it away temporarily. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Gina. Asphodel is, I can actually pull up the pictures of it and I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. I may be saying it wrong. I may be absolutely saying it wrong. Yes, ma'am, a bean. It can be a pinto bean or it could be um, a lentil bean or anything like that. If you split it when you're having kind of like paranormal activity in your house, it'll drive away that spirit temporarily. So, the herb I am talking about is a funky little one, and I see it here in Texas a lot, but I never pick it like anywhere. Mainly because it grows on like this cactus-like stem. Um, but this is the herb I am talking about. Um, as you can see, it has a bunch of like little white flowers, and it grows on like this cactus type um thing because it has like little thorns and stuff in it. But that is what I'm talking about. Did that help you, Gina? Like I said, I may be saying it wrong. A lot of these I haven't even heard of, but I have seen that one like everywhere in Texas, so I'm gonna have to pick some up. But oh, okay, yeah. I hope that helped, by the way. If you want to see like what these herbs look like in case you want to purchase them or anything, let me know and I'll be glad to like show you guys. Um, because I am slowly diving more into my herbology. So I will definitely be glad to show you any of these herbs. Um, oh, okay. Thank you, Gina. Okay, so benzoin. Benzoin is, you can use the resin to make the incense that drives them away as well. Um, Bethany, you can sprinkle it on your pillow and it'll protect your dreams from psychic attacks and it will help prevent nightmares along with keeping away sleep paralysis demons. You can also grow Bethany around your home to keep all sorts of evil and malicious entities away from you. Blackberry. Blackberry is one of the most protective plants that I've worked with. Um, this is kind of what I do, which I'll have to make a new one soon. You can use it in a wreath and you can place it on your front door to keep evil spirits away. If you make the wreath with ivory or ronin, it becomes a powerful shield against all evil. Yeah, me and I try not to bring her into it. Me and Ponyo have been eating a crap ton of blackberries lately, so blackberries is definitely one of my favorite foods right now. Okay, boxwood. So, like blackberry, you can also make a wreath with boxwood, blackberry, ronin, and ivy, and place it on your front door. This creates a powerful shield to keep all spirits away. Or you can use it inside your home and place it by a window or on a desk to drive evil spirits out of the room. Sorry. Boxwood is one of the most powerful natural remedies, but it comes with a cost. It is highly poisonous to dogs and to cats and other small mammals. So please, 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 for the sake of all fur babies, it will kill your pets if they eat it, so please be careful. Boxwood is not very fun. I've seen it firsthand volunteering at a vet clinic here in Amarillo, and there is no cure for this type of poison that they get. So please, 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 if you have any fur babies around your home, um, please be careful and do not let them eat it. Just a fair warning. I had to put that in there because it is highly toxinous to your pets. Um, Burdock root, when collected under a waning moon, it can protect against evil intentions while traveling, or wear a sprig around your neck to ward off demons. See, Ellen, I need to come over to your house because obviously you don't have nothing evil going on there. um, Baroni, again, I might be saying that wrong. It is Byrony. Oh, excuse me. Um, you can use it with a protective stone to amplify the stone's power to ward off any psychic or demon attacks. Cacao, it can calm restless spirits and help move them into the afterlife. I always say this wrong, but it's basically marigold. You can communicate with the spirits when it is burned, but it won't protect you from malevolent entities. but you can guide a spirit away from your home with it. So if you remember my Dia de los Muertos live, where I talked about we lay a path of marigolds around our home in order to attract our ancestors and people who have passed into our home. That way we can celebrate them and be with them. You can use it to basically ward them off and lead them on a different path as well. Caraway. These seeds may keep lustful entities away. So any succubuses or incubuses or any other lustful entities that may want to come after you, this will keep them away. You can use the seeds in an incense or make an amulet or put them in a little bag and put it in your pocket to keep them away. I recommend using it as an incense to drive the entities away because it's a lot more potent, if that makes sense. Carob, I hope I'm saying that right. If you have a poltergeist or have encountered one, burning carob will repel it. Note, most poltergeists are called by... Blech. I'm so sorry, ladies. Most poltergeists are actually caused by people, so don't count on it to work against human-created poltergeists. Of course, cayenne had to be in here. So not only can it break hexes or curses, or you can use it in hexes and curses. This herb breaks curses and hexes when eaten as well. I do apologize, ladies. I had a baby in the background throwing a fit, so I do apologize for the screaming. Um, okay, sorry, ladies. Century. So, also, I apologize for my short shorts. It is really hot in my home, so I apologize. Please forgive me. I really wasn't expecting to get up, so I do apologize for that. Um, so back to the live. Now that I'm slightly embarrassed about it, I do apologize. Century, this is an all-purpose plant to protect you from magic people, that will generate... So sorry. This is an all-purpose plant to protect you from evil magic. People will generally take baths with its flowers in the tub to wash the evil magic away. Chamomile. If you drink this kind of tea, it protects you from hexes and curses and gently breaks existing ones. It can take a couple of weeks, so drink it as early or as often until the hex or evil magic lifts. I will not be trying to pronounce this one, but I will spell it out for you. Cinquefoil. This herb amplifies the power of other protective plants, and you can also simply carry it with you to protect yourself. Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then I was like, well, obviously chamomile can't just be for like calming and soothing effects. It has to be there for like something else. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'll go ahead and I'll put that in there. That way they know. So yeah, I was actually really surprised when I heard chamomile can do that too. Um, so you can simply carry it or um, carry it with you to protect yourself. The root of this plant is actually the stronger part, so combine it in resins and burn it with the other plants, and it can be used to protect individuals or to clear or banish spirits from a home. And then we have clove. It's one of the most powerful protective herbs. When worn, it repels evil spirits. Or, for any of you witchy mamas, you can place it above or by a crib to protect your infant from psychic and demon attacks. Clover, it is used to provide protection against evil spirits and misfortune. If you have held or found a four-leaf clover, then you will get a fairy vision that lasts until the clover wilts. Comfrey leaf, you can wear it while traveling to provide extra protective boost against spirits to keep them away while you are traveling. Um, the only reason why I put that one in there is because I've seen so many times where people bring home spirits with them when they're traveling from long distances. So the spirit or demon or anything will actually um, attach themselves to you, and it won't make them known until you show um, the place where you reside. If that makes sense. Coriander. I always keep a tin of coriander by my bed. But you can grow it in your garden to protect your home and yard from evil spirits. You can also put it in a wreath on your front door to remove negative energy. However, do not burn it. And here's why. It can actually amplify the negative energy when it is burned. Cubeb, it is a pepper variant from Indonesia, and it can repel demons or jinns. Cumin, you can mix it with salt to create protective barriers in your home, or you can sprinkle it on window sills and doorways to stop evil from entering. We don't have, well, actually, we do. I lied. I'm sorry, ladies. The last herb on my list, and I will tell you now in case you want to hear all of them, or just stop there and you can read the notes later or whatever. The last, and it's not really an herb, the last one I have is vinegar. Um, so if you want, I can go back and read all of them individually, or would you ladies like to stop there and move on to crystals? Ronette said, let's hear it. Anybody else? Because I definitely do not mind. I just wanted to let you guys know, because this live will be on the lengthier side. So just let me know if anybody else wants to hear all of the herbs and then move on to the crystals, or if they want to stop there and then go on to the crystals. It's completely up to you, lovely ladies. If not, I will take Ronette's word for it and just roll them all out. Oh no, I'm not tired, love. I just don't want you guys to get bored because I'm like listing all these different ones, and it's kind of like repeating itself with malicious spirits and stuff. So it's completely up to you. But that's two. So I'll go ahead and I will continue reading them and let you guys just listen. Okay, cumin. You can mix it with salt to create protective barriers in your home, or you can sprinkle it on window sills and doorways to stop evil from entering. Sorry, ladies. um, daffodils. Whew, okay, sorry. Trust me, Ronnie, that's probably going to be the first thing I drink after this baby comes. But no, it's just simple water. Um, daffodils. So the bulb is the part of the daffodil that you actually want to use. It will banish evil spirits from your home when you boil it. Um, but daffodils are toxic when it comes to the bulb, so please be careful. Do not eat it and do not drink it. Dandelions. So this one I did not know because I've always drinking like dandelion root tea. Um, Whenever I'm feeling like emotionally exhausted or something. But dandelion is a powerful protective flower. You can take the flowers or roots and bathe in them to clear out negative energy and form a white light shield. Dill. You can place bunches of dill above the doors and windows to keep evil spirits at bay. Elder. It is It prevents evil magic wielders from entering your home or for those who wish you to cause harm. Then there is fennel. Now this one's a tricky plant. It was used for protection from evil spirits, but you can't grow it yourself necessarily. Um, you do not want to use it as an incense either. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry, ladies. Burning fennel will actually amplify the evil and negative energies, but you can drink it in a tea to clear out any negative attachments to you. Fumitory. Fumitory is a powerful herb to banish evil and purify a space. Ideally, use its resins to make incense, and the smoke will purify the area. You can, but um, like growing it yourself is actually really tricky. Um, like you have to have the right soil environment, if that makes sense. Um, when it comes to fennel, if it gets too cold or too hot, it's really, really dramatic and it'll just die on you out of the blue. Um, so that's why I said it's one of those tricky plants. Um, yeah, it's mainly found in California. That's okay, Ronnie. I'm planning a trip to go up there just for that. But yeah, Ronnie's right. It does grow up around the California coast a lot of the time, and that's where it mostly thrives. But for places here in like Texas, where it's like stupid hot, dry, and mostly humid after it rains, it won't survive here. It'll just flat out just die. Yep. Um, Galangal, Galangal, aka Low John. You can use it to break the most powerful evil spells, curses, or hexes. Hey, love. Yeah, I was about to say, if you need help getting rid of your fennel, I will gladly take some. Uh, I'm pretty sure you lovely ladies have heard of this one before, but garlic. Um, you can hang it above the main entrance of your house to keep bad spirits away, and it can amplify any effects of any other herb. Hawthorn. It can protect. Again, this is all for you, witchy mamas. I didn't try to put these in here, I promise. I just found them and decided to add them. I promise it wasn't on purpose. Hawthorn, it can actually protect your babies from harm when placed in their cribs. Or, here's a fun one, especially because I still have some fae lingering around my house. You can use it to prevent the fae or fairies from taking your child and leaving a changeling. So, I will definitely be buying Hawthorn. Um, Hi John the Conqueror, which I know it's a very long name for a herb, but you can use the root to make protective amulets or grist grist bags, which is basically a kind of like fancier version of a sachet. Um, The root will banish spirits and hostile magic. You can also carry it around in your pocket and protection and good luck. Um, but do not eat it, please. Please, please don't. Um, a lot of the ones that I'm reading, if it's like really bad and the side effects are really bad, I'll normally put these messages in here where it says, but don't eat it. Um, it's toxic and has a very abrupt laxative effect, so please don't. I do not want anybody's tummy going through that because it's not fun. Holly, especially with Yule coming up and everything. I definitely wanted to add this one. So, holly, you can make a wand to banish the evil entities out of your home, or you can burn its leaves to break hexes and curses and protect against bad spirits as well. Horehound is a powerful herb to protect from malicious sorcery and demons. You can scatter its seeds in the room corners during an exorcism. Use its seeds to make a protective circle against demons. So you can basically kind of do like a cheat sheet way and kind of just sprinkle like an entire circle around your home. And you got a giant ward there. So um hyssop. Hyssop, if you hang the plant above your doors or windows, you can keep evil spirits away. It is toxic, just like the other one that I mentioned. Please make sure your pets do not eat it. Because again, it does give a certain type of poison. They do have a antidote for that one, but because it's so uncommon, there have been instances where they do not have that on hand. So please, 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 for the sake of all fur babies, please make sure your pets don't eat it. Of course, juniper, you can burn it to clear out spirits. My personal favorite to use against spirits or demons is mandrake, especially mandrake root. Be very careful with this plant because it is highly toxic. Never eat any part of it. Do not let it touch your bare skin, because it will cause rash and irritability on your skin, and it is no fun. um, so mandrake will amplify the power of the protective herbs many times over. Use the root in an incense or make an amulet with it, and the plant will protect you from malicious spirits. Again, because Yule is coming up, I had to add this one. Sorry. Mistletoe. So, for those that believe in the Fae, mistletoe will prevent fairies from entering a home and replacing your child with a changeling, along with protecting your home from any other malicious spirits. Motherwort. Its smell will keep away demons, ghosts, spirits, fairies, and hostile magic as well. Mugwort. Place it under your doormat to keep bad guys and demons away. Um, Sorry, ladies. I just realized a little mix up in my notes. I apologize. Um, the essential oil, if you ever get mugwort oil, the essential oil has the poison in it that you have to be careful of, but it's unclear if the dried plant has it. So just to be safe, do not eat it. Even though we make it into like psychic teas and stuff, please make sure you are using it in very small amounts. And always just be careful if you get the fresh herb on your skin. The poison is known as thujone, and in high doses it can cause kidney failure and affect the central nervous system. So please be careful with mugwort. I know everyone uses it, but but it's always good to be reminded to kind of be careful with it. Um, Mullen has a heavy hitter in the herb world. It is a super powerful protective herb known to drive demons away. Myrrh is a powerful resin used in incense to clear the most stubborn of entities. If you use it with spring incense to put I'm sorry I used this. I couldn't think of a different world. Oh my gosh. A different word to describe it, but it'll put a whammy on bad spirits and demons, but it can be toxic, so be careful not to eat it. Yes, perfectly said. Um, Ronette, always do your research. Nettle. Um, this one, it captures curses and sends it back to the caster. So if they were to send malicious spirits to attack you, throw some nettle at them. They'll stop. Um, the oil of Abramelin. I might have said that wrong. This is a critical mixture used when driving demons away. To use it, you pour the oil in a circle around yourself to protect against a physical demon attack, and you can also take it and use equal parts of cinnamon, myrrh, and galangal for an overachiever protection. Onions. Um, the plain onion is a powerful and protective plant. Slice it in half and place the cut side up to repel hostile magic and entities. Plantain. You can put it under your pillow to drive away nightmares and evil spirits. Rosemary will help, uh, if burned, it can help get rid of hostile spirits. Rowan, it is okay as the tree, but its leaves, woods, and berries can be used as amulets and in baths and washes to clear the most stubborn entities away. Rue, uh, it works a lot like asafoetida. Again, I might have said that so horribly wrong, and I apologize. Yeah, that one. We have purple stinging nettle here in Texas, so it grows like wildfire here. So I understand that one, Ellen. Um, you can make an incense to burn it to get rid of evil spirits and clear hostile magic as well. And of course, you can't go wrong with any sage, especially when you move into a new home. It is always good, just like you normally would. Burn sage and smudge the home to drive away negative energy and cleanse your home before moving in. A Scotch broom, boil it in salt water, and it will help dispel ghosts, poltergeist, spirits, and demons as well. Spanish moss, um, this one, no wonder my geckos went from little terror demons from a pet store to such good little things. So, quick funny story. When I first bought my leopard geckos, I would say that they were possessed by something because they were so bad. Like, you couldn't handle them. Um, you couldn't even, like, go in their tank without them screaming at you. And yes, leopard geckos do scream at you. I found that out the hard way. But I did put this in their tanks. Now, I'm not saying that they were possessed by anything, but they did quickly change. Um, so Spanish moss can banish poltergeists, and you can also place it in bottles to absorb curses, hexes, and black magic sent to you by the wielders. I'm still going through them. Crystal, there's a lot, so I apologize. Um, I gave a bit of information in the beginning. So I would recommend you don't work with them unless you send them to somebody. Um, these demons can get very attached by attached. I mean, they will start to basically paralyze you. Um, they'll kind of start feeding on your physical energy, if that makes sense. So I highly recommend that you do not work with them unless you are sending them to somebody. And that is why I am going through all of these different types of herbs and stuff. That way you know what to ward and how to ward yourself of them. Um, so I hope that answers your question, Crystal. Also, I am not an expert on demons. I am still learning, so please, I do apologize. Um, but yeah, I would highly recommend that you do not work with these, especially when it comes to the jinn portion from Egyptian culture. Um, out of all of the different types of cultures that I have read and come across, the ones from Japan and the ones from Egypt are the ones that you really do not want to mess with. Um, when it comes to the ones from Japan, if anybody remembers my Kitsune Live, where I would talk about if you were possessed from a Kitsune, they would have to beat that Kitsune out of your body. It is kind of the same thing. They do a horrific exorcism type deal when it comes to them. Um, and they will definitely beat the living life out of you if they believe that you are possessed by a sleep paralysis demon. So I do hope that helps. And I do apologize for not bringing that up till now. But Crystal made an excellent question, so I do apologize. St. John's wort, as always, it is a powerful herb that repels demons and other evil spirits when burned. It creates a protective shield against most supernatural beings when it is worn. But be careful, it can stink when fresh. Styrax, you can use the incense or the resin in the incense to cleanse negativity from your home. That way the demons cannot attach themselves to it. Thyme, burn it to clear spirits and cleanse a home from wicked spells. You better stop it. No, sir. No. Enough. Do Tango Commodore. Enough. I am so sorry, ladies. He decided to sing the song of his people with a nice howl. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can definitely hear it. Um, so the next one I have for you is um Valerian. Yeah, um, definitely tangible. We won't go there, but Valerian. Valerian is used to purify any area from negative energy. In most cases, you can make a incense with it or smudge with it. It is a toxic plant, so please do not eat it. And lastly, vinegar. Vinegar is stupid powerful. It can disrupt magic, stop ghosts and spirits from manifesting, and also keep demons away. It is also very simple to use. You can pour it in wine to make a wine vinegar, or you can use apple cider vinegar in a dish and let it evaporate overnight. It will dispel any magic, ghost, or demon for a few days. You can also put other protective herbs in it to amplify its purifying powers. And that is all of the herbs to help ward yourself from them. Does anybody have any questions before I move on to crystals? Cállalo, cállalo, cállate la boca ya. Cállate. No más. No más. Sorry, ladies. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Um, I did not mean to get so loud. I seriously apologize. Um, yes, in a way, Crystal. I would definitely, if I was going, um, no, not really. When it comes to, sleep paralysis demons, it can go one of two ways. It can either be a parasitic, um, type of attachment, or it could be somebody sent them to a certain person. You can curse with them, or you can hex with them. Um, I little backstory: my landlord of a certain house I used to live in. This was before I started getting into real heavy Debbie. Oh my gosh. um, yeah, but you don't speak other languages, Crystal. Like my dogs, and I don't mean to get off topic, but my dogs, when they know I start speaking Spanish, they know it's very serious and to stop. Very rarely do I do it, but there have been instances, especially when training them, that I'll get so upset that I'll walk away and just start speaking like mad Spanish. And they're like, oh shit, mom's mad. Only for them to come back and then do the command correctly. So it but yeah, so my dogs know when I start speaking Spanish to just stop. Like dead in their tracks, just stop. When it comes to ritualistic things, um you can do ritualistic things with those demons, especially if you are uh, doing a ritual where you are sending it to a certain person. Um, but other than that, it doesn't have to be. Again, when I was reading on these demons, it said that they can be very parasitic to their person, that they are um, basically not possessing, but basically kind of like haunting. Um, So it really just depends on the practitioner and who sends it to you, whether they did it ritualistically or in a cursing fashion. Depends on the severity of that demon and how it affects the person. That's fun. That's great, Crystal. um, when I was doing my research, love, I didn't really come across anything that would say that you had to do a certain sigil or anything, or say anything specific. Um, I will definitely look into it more, and I can add it into my notes as well. Um, for those that are also wondering, again, I do apologize. I did not find anything when it came to stuff like that, but I will definitely keep an eye out, and I will add that to my notes if I find it. So I do apologize for that bit of information missing. Um, Are there any other questions before I go into the crystals associated with warding off demons and other things? Because I don't want to leave anybody behind. Um, Ways that you can tell, like I said in the beginning, it'll feel like a weight is sitting on you. You won't be able to move. You won't be able to really breathe. It'll feel like somebody stoned you or something is sitting on your chest. or um, something along the lines of, like I said in the beginning, where in Mexico they say that the dead body is laying um, on the person. So you won't be able to move, you'll hardly be able to breathe, and you'll definitely won't, like, the most you can move is about your eyes, that's it. The rest of your body will not move. That is the common trait that I've seen in my research when it comes to sleep paralysis demons. So I hope that answers your, yeah, like a smothering feeling. Um, Thank you, Ronnie. So I do hope that answers your question, love. It's okay, Crystal. Ellen says, when I've had them during sleep paralysis, I have literally seen them in my room walking around. I definitely couldn't move or react. Yeah, that's another association um, with those types of demons. You can see them um, almost as clear as day. I, for one, have never experienced one. Um, I will knock on wood for that one. And I definitely do not want to experience one. But I was actually going to have those of you that have experienced it share your stories and experiences with everyone, and kind of like what you did um, to kind of help it, if that makes sense. Um, Basically, share like your experience with it. But I wanted to get through all these first, so I apologize. Um, yes, ma'am, I do know. Ellen says definitely some of the most terrifying experience I have had. Yeah, when I was reading some of the, I guess you could say, research that was associated with them, a lot of people had different ways of interpreting it. Like, one said that one was sitting on their chest and others were moving around the room. One said that it looked to be a succubus, others said that it was an incubus. Um, so it really just depended on the person. So that is why in the beginning I shared that they were said to believe to be either mares or incubuses or succubuses, or even the demons sent by Lilith herself. Um, so I have definitely seen a lot of terrifying experiences while reading and doing research on them. So I definitely understand, Ellen, that that is highly terrifying. Does anybody have any other questions before I go into before I go into the crystals? I don't see any yet, but when they come up, I will answer. Um, First one on our list is onyx. Onyx is a great stone to wear, especially, and I've seen this a lot in the witchy community here lately, where they go and do investigating with the paranormal activity. But onyx is a great stone to wear when investigating paranormal activity because it protects from harmful spirits and can prevent a spirit or demon from draining your psychic energy. It is said to shield against psychic attacks by absorbing and transmuting negative energy, making it a particularly potent protection against black magic as well. Hematite, jasper, and tiger's eye. This is a combo I use, especially around my bed. Um, the combination of the three can be quite annoying and intrusive to spirits, demons, and spells. Hematite, from the Latin meaning bloodstone, is an all-purpose protective mineral that is the main ore of iron. The ancient Roman Pliny, I might be saying that horribly wrong, please forgive me, thought hematite was a cure for the evil eye, a magic or malevolent glare that brings bad luck, accident and ill health, and all manners of calamity to an unfortunate victim. So, hematite would protect against all of that. The jasper can also offer general protection, but it's potent against evil spirits and demons, and is said to deter venomous creatures. Tiger's eye, along with added protection from the evil eye, bolsters a wearer's courage and can ward off harmful spirit intrusions, and is said to possess supernatural qualities that can possibly even make I cannot speak tonight, ladies. I seriously apologize. It is said to possess supernatural qualities that can possibly even make one invisible to the evil eye and demons' powers. Ruby. Legend has it that rubies have a magical power of protection, but only when worn by their rightful owner. I don't believe that. Rubies will protect you. Donned by royalty as a talisman against evil, the rich red stone was said to be a gem of prophecy. When it would grow darker was when danger was imminent, and returned to its original color when the peril had passed. And of course, I have many of these. The other one is currently on my sorry, I saw something. Sorry, ladies. The other quartz that is bigger than this one, that has a slight tourmaline in it, is currently sitting on my pendulum shelf. But this is my favorite clear quartz that I will literally use in my windowsill by my bedroom, because I've worked with the Fae and other things. So she's my best friend. But crystal quartz is used to amplify the properties of other stones that can be used in conjunction with green aventurine, but also has a long list of protective powers when used alone. Like other stones, it can be used to counter black magic, demonic possession, and the evil eye, but interestingly also acts as a strong channel for bonding with the spirit realm and communicating with higher spirits. Okay, so we only have 4 more, I want to say. Coral. I think I have one on my desk somewhere. It could be hiding. Aha, I do. So, this little beauty, don't know if you can see it, but she has a bunch of like little coral fossils in her. This one was said during the Victorian period, red coral was given to children to protect them from becoming a changeling, a fairy child swapped in the place of a human child, or protects from demonic possession. Or, which I found this one really, really funny because I work with this goddess. Please don't be mad at me! It was also said to deter Lilith away from taking your child within the first week after birth. For this reason, you'll often see antique Victorian rattles with red coral incorporated. Still thought to have protective powers, coral is said to guard against demonic powers, curses, and the destructive forces of the evil eye, and to ward off any... I'm sorry. Sorry, ladies. I feel a buzzing in my hand. Because, okay, how my room is set up is Gaia is on my desk. Lilith has her own shelf that is right next to me. Kate is over by my door in my living room. Yamaya is in my kitchen. But the minute I said something about Lilith taking a child within the first week, I started getting this buzzing feeling. So I know I done fucked up. Sorry. I know I just messed up. I'm just doing what the research said. I'm sorry. Anyway, sorry, ladies. Um, but still thought to have protective powers, Coral is said to guard against demonic powers, curses, and destructive forces of the evil eye, and to ward off visitations by succubuses or incubus demons. To be effective, the coral should be worn directly against the body so that it can capture and destroy any sorcery before it reaches the wearer of the amulet. Please forgive me. Yes, yes. Lapis lazuli. So lapis lazuli has a long and very rich history of being an amulet. If she ever sees this, Monica actually gifted me a lapis lazuli wire wrapped amulet for one of my letters, and I still wear it to this day. It is actually cleansing and charging right now, but I absolutely adore that amulet, and I will take it everywhere with me. Um, like I never leave it anywhere, especially. ¡Chalo, cámara! ¡Cállate la boca! Híjole, sorry, ladies. Um, so sorry. Lapis lazuli, is again has a long and rich history as an amulet. The Egyptian Book of the Dead. You better back away from my door. Unless that's not a person. I hope that's a person. Sorry, ladies. Sorry. I will be burning some sage after this live. So, the Egyptian Book of the Dead was a loose collection of texts describing magical spells that the Egyptians thought would guarantee their dead a safe passage into the afterlife, and is the earliest recorded history of semi-precious stones being used for religious purposes, and often speaks of lapis lazuli amulets being placed on various parts of the deceased's body. Before death, lapis lazuli was used by the Egyptians to cure demonic possessions, believing that the soul was housed in the brain. They also pulverized lapis lazuli and mixed it with gold and placed the pultulence on top of the head to draw out the demons as it dried. In cases of extreme possession, a hole was drilled into the head and the mixture was poured inside. Of course, we have howlite, which I have a howlite cube somewhere around here. Howlite was often used as a bedside companion for children afraid of the dark. Though it's... I swear to God, that better be a fucking person. I am so sorry for my language, but since I started this live, I've been seeing some shit. I've been seeing stuff, and then my door just opened and no one's near it. Because if they were, they'd say something. And I know it's not my dog because he's outside, and my other dog is with my mom. So, there's some weird shit going on here. I am so sorry, ladies. I will continue, and then I will sage the hell out of my house. So, again, sorry, ladies. So, howlite was often used as a bedside companion for children afraid of the dark, though this could be explained just as another form of a safety blanket. There are many who say that howlite provides protection against unwanted ghosts and phantoms that roam the house in the night. And of course, I had to add my birth month stone in here, a pearl. The pearls can grant their wearer extraordinary foresight, protecting them from imminent dangers, and is also used as an amulet to ward off um, dangers of the evil eye. Aquamarine is the last and final one. Excuse me, ladies. Aquamarine was said to magnify whatever occult power, the wearers possess. It can also counteract the lure of dark spirits and demons, and at one time was thought to be an antidote for poisoning. Derived from the Roman word aqua, meaning water, and mare, meaning sea, the legend goes that these shimmery aqua stones have been taken from the treasure of mermaids to protect sailors from the perils of the sea and to cure their seasickness. And that is all the notes that I have for you, lovely ladies. Again, I apologize. I normally try to keep my lives short, but I had to include these, especially because these are some of the things that I found were helpful against psychic or entities or even demon attacks. So I did want to include these. Are there any questions before I end this live? Oh, I am so sorry. If there are any of you that would like to share your story about your sleep paralysis demons, I would love to hear them. I want to hear your experience. I want to hear what precautions you used after dealing with one, and what you found was effective, if that makes sense. I know Ellen has already shared her story, but if there are any others, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. That way you can tell your story, because I want to hear how it affected you, lovely ladies. Because, like I said, these demons are definitely not to play with. And I hate to be this witch, but I will fight a demon if it messes with my sleep. Like, I will score up to it. But that's just me. So, are there any of you that would like to share your story? Or if Ellen, if you're still on here, love, would you like to go more in depth with your story? So Ellen says it had happened a few times when she was a little kid, but she doesn't remember the details very much. And that's perfectly fine, love. What you told us earlier was really scary enough. And like I said, when I started doing my research, I did notice that a lot of people share kind of a similar experience with it. So you're perfectly fine, love. Ronette says I've heard of this, but never has it happened to me. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, love. Ellen says I thought it was just a bad dream. I do remember someone guiding me and helping me, and when I was older, a friend said she had the same thing happen. And then I realized, no. Now I know you're a person. Back away. You can come in later, Bear. Not right now, okay? Because I'm busy. Just give me a couple minutes, okay? Yes, I'm busy. Just go watch Baby Shark. Okay, well, go ask mommy to turn it on. Sorry, ladies. That's my little brother. Um, sorry. I do apologize. I thought I had that it was just a bad dream. I do remember someone guiding me and helping me, and when I was older, a friend said that she had the same thing happen, and then I realized it wasn't a dream after all. Ugh. See, I can't remember if it was alive. I think it was um Eva's Crone interview. I want to say it was where we were talking about the folklore of La Llorona, and she shared that experience. I was like, I won't play with that one. Um, because I've had a couple of friends who had sort of the same experience with that one. Um, so I really just do not mess with that. Ronette said it happened to my kid's dad and my daughter. I never understood it. And a lot of us don't. Like, a lot of us think that, that it's normal or maybe their body just like is fully asleep and it's not awake quite yet. But when it happens to so many people, especially, sorry, I'm going to take off my glasses, they're kind of dirty. Um, Especially when it comes to being like a common occurrence and it's not medically proven. Um, I definitely think that it could be something like a sleep paralysis demon. Ellen says I had it happen when I was staying at a friend's house when I was 22. It was really vivid, and it was a big, dark red figure lurking in the shadows. I got scared when it saw me and went further back into a closet. Oh, no! No! That is where I would draw the line, and I tell that friend, hey, I love you, but see you later. You can deal with that one on your own. Here are the tools to deal with it, and I'm out. Deuces. See you on the flip side if you make it. I was freaking out and was trying to wake myself up, and I couldn't. I realized I couldn't move, and then it came out. Whew. Sorry, ladies. I thought I saw something outside. I realized I couldn't move, and then it came out. I think this whole thing took about 30 minutes, or at least it felt like it. Eventually, it said it wasn't there for me, and then I was able to go back to sleep. Next thing I remember, I woke up and I was so scared looking for it. Yeah, uh, I would be too. Like I said, I've never experienced something like this, but I'd be scared shit out of my mind. Like, excuse my French, but I would be terrified. I'd be terrified to go back. I'd literally leave that friend in the dust, and I wouldn't look back. I remember the whole thing so vividly, still to this day, and over 10 years later, and can replay every second of it. See, I've heard of things like that, and I'm pretty sure this was kind of like a common joke that I saw the other day on one of the witchy pages. But they were basically asking, um, kind of like in my one short live, the man in the top hat. Um, they were saying that many people have seen it, whether it be in dreams or in the corner of their room or in their closet or something like that. And I remember it because I remember as a little girl, I was so terrified to see this fucking thing. Like, I was scared out of my mind. And the first time I saw it was, I want to say 8 years old, 9 years old. Um, and it would pop up every so often. And looking back at it, I thought I was, you know, being just a scared child that would sit in the dark. But then I started seeing him in the daytime too. And then that's when I realized, okay, this isn't just an hallucination, and this definitely isn't just in my mind. And I ended up going to my mentor at the time and explaining what was going on. And she even thought that I was like being harbored by a demon or something. But her son actually said he saw the same thing as a kid and that he still couldn't explain it. And I can't explain it to this day. But ever since I turned like 14, 15, when I started practicing and getting my protection magic up and everything, I noticed that it would just disappear. It I never saw it again. So to this day, I can vividly remember everywhere I saw it, what he looked like, the smell associated with him, which was really weird. He smelled like burning amber, if that makes sense. And not like it was a luring kind of way. But once I started practicing, it just all stopped. So that's my little story. He may not have been a demon, but I still can't tell you what he was. But that's my experience with something like that or something similar. But I definitely understand the vivid actions of what you saw and how you saw it. So I do not blame you there. Ronette said the kid's dad had, oh, my bad. The kid's dad was 30 and Kendra was about 3. Yeah, um, I've definitely heard they're attached to a lot older um, people and children. They don't really, they very rarely, especially if it's a succubus or an incubus type demon, um, they don't really mess with you. Um, unless you're at like a certain age or something like that. But don't quote me. Please don't quote me. But that's just what I've heard from word of mouth by a couple of people that I do know that have had some of these issues pop up, um, which they actually helped with a lot of my research too when going into this live. So I do understand that one. Ellen said that friend definitely had demons, literally, lol. She didn't deserve them though. We aren't friends anymore, and she burned bridges with everyone I know. That's a lie for another day about my superstitions on stuff like that. Um, I've definitely heard people go into healthy and good relationships and they're perfectly fine. And then it's like something snaps in them or something changes in them. And you can tell it's not of the physical realm, but you can't put your finger on it. Um, so I definitely understand that one. Yeah, see, like, it's weird, isn't it, Ellen? Like, it's super weird. Ellen said that makes complete sense because I had a similar smell from my demon dream experience. Like, it's so weird. So Ronette said he wasn't a good person. Kendra was a little one, my baby. It hurts me that she was too young. Yeah. Um, I've heard of things happening like that, and it's really sad. Um, that's why, because I noticed it happens a lot with younger children, like infants and stuff. So that is why I put so many of the herbs that can help protect your infants, like the crystal coral. They used to use it in rattles and everything else to dispel them away. Um, but that's also why I put those in there. Ellen said the room had a misty, hazy feel too. Mine didn't. Mine was kind of like I'd been transported into a different realm, if that makes sense. Like nothing around me felt real. Um, but when he would disappear, I'd realize that I was fully awake. I was fully alert. and everything was back to normal, if that made sense. I thought Kendra had an abduction from aliens. Oh, oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, Ronnie. Um, but if there are no more stories or comments or questions, I will definitely be hopping off here. I hope that you guys had a very interesting live. Um, Hopefully, I want to do a lot of longer, more in-depth lives like this. Um, so let me know. Let me know what you guys thought of this one. Um, if you have any other stories or anything you want to share, especially your thoughts on stuff like this, I want to hear 'em. I don't mind. I'll sit here and read comments all day. Um, so just share what you think. Um, because I want to learn from you guys too. It's not just, you know, us crones that do these lives and think, "Oh, hey, that that was okay." No, we want to hear from you guys on what you guys think. So let us know. But yeah, I definitely don't think that's crazy, Ronnie. Um, but let us know. Let us know what you think. Um, but that is all I have for you lovely ladies this evening. Exactly. We want to learn from each other. So that's all there is to it. I hope you lovely ladies have a wonderful night and a wonderful evening. Or if you are across seas, I hope you have a wonderful day, or morning, and blessed be all of you. Be safe out there, ladies.